Well, hello. Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Nichols. This is my podcast, Royal Treats. Welcome. And it's been a hot minute since I've been sharing with you guys over here on the podcast show. As you may have known, I gave birth to my daughter just over 2 months ago. In fact, it was 2 months yesterday. And it's been an amazing little journey so far with her, and just adjusting to newborn life, as you can imagine, after 9 years of, I have a son. His name's Tristan. We call Bear, and so it's all been trying to find my feet, get settled, be grounded, feel relaxed, feel at ease, and just really enjoy it all. And here she is. She's just looking at me. You might hear her in the background whilst I record today. She was sleeping, and I did record a show, but then there was no sound, which was just typical, really. You know how that can happen. But I don't give up, so I'm going to carry on, keep going, and I decided to record a different one, and here we are. So what I really wanted to share with you guys today, and well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it that you're giving me your time and spending your time. Well, this is also about you and your journey and your life story, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about what's your story. You know, when you meet someone, they say, hey, how you doing, and what's your story? And life is all about stories, and what we tell ourselves, and what we make it mean, and what the old stories are. And we go through our whole entire life, and we make it mean something that it might not even have to mean. We can make it mean life is hard, life's a struggle, or we can make it mean that life is what we choose it to be. Life is a creation, life is a joy, life is pleasure. My life is mine. It's what I yes, what are you looking at? Oh dear. Can you hear her? Hey Ocean, can Mummy record the podcast? Yeah, what's wrong with you? So I'm making it work today. Next week, hopefully, I can record this podcast with her being asleep. But I really just wanted to share this message. This message was on my heart, and I felt like I just needed to put this out in the world. And I know I've talked about these things before. It's not something maybe that I haven't shared before. It's probably something that I'm continuing to share over and over again, because I really would love this message to be strong, and for this to go deep into your existence, down into the roots of your existence, and understanding that you are a creator, and a powerful creator, and that you chose to come here to this life to experience life, and all levels of life, and all different aspects of life. I had some challenges at the beginning of the year, and obviously some news around my health. I had a HIV diagnosis, and then I had to get through the pregnancy with the diagnosis, and understanding and processing that, and wanting to give birth naturally, and I didn't want to have a C-section, and all that was, they said, you might have to have a C-section, and I was like, no, I'm going to have the birth that I want to have. And actually I had the most amazing birth, and I haven't yet edited my birth, but it's amazing. Every time I look at my birth, I think, wow, I did that. That's pretty incredible. And so when we're talking about stories, we're going to go back to your creation, and how you were created, and the story you have there, and the relationship you have there with your mum and your dad. And, because obviously cells are consciousness, and you were a single cell, and then you came from a cell. We're all cells. Our bodies are trillions and trillions of different cells. And it's all matter. And so when we think of ourselves as a cell, we understand that actually cells thrive in because of their community, because of their environment. So really and truly, it's not about genes or luck. It's more than that now. It's basically you are an individual. You're not your parents, and you're free from DNA patterns. In fact, DNA has got nothing to do with how you can succeed or not succeed in life. Even in terms of your illnesses and your sicknesses and your disease, that's not necessarily going to happen to you because it's happened to your parents. And I think it's a lot of fear mongering around health, and thank God for advance in technology and advancement in the medical community, but in fact that we can do so many things now. But also I think we need to understand that a healthy mind is a healthy body, is a healthy life. So we're being World Mental Health Day the other day, I spoke a little bit about that over the Instagram and letting people know you're worthy and your life is whatever you want it to be. You can be free from your past and free from that old story of struggle. And so if I just let you know about my story and my journey with with the relationship that I've had with my mum, it's something that I've shared with you. I've got really personal with you over the past 2 years, and that's good. That's really good, I think, because I really wanted to and be vulnerable, because that's okay, to show up as you are, and not be scared. And it's really brave of any of us to come as we are and just be like, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling right now, and this has happened to me, and that made me feel like that. I was a drug addict. I got into prostitution from a young age, and then I was sexually abused, and then I just went into abusive relationship after abusive relationship, and that sort of became my story, and then I was a victim, and I was attracting all these sort of wrong people into my life. But in fact, it wasn't wrong. In many ways, it was right. It was exactly what I needed at that point in my life, maybe. And it was, looking back now and looking at the amount of women that I help, dealing with the things that they deal with, whether it's overcoming trauma or overcoming an illness, or just really recovering from a narcissistic relationship, or whatever, it's getting them to tell themselves a different story. So if we're going to start at the beginning of our lives and go back to the beginning of our creation, and if we had the parents that we'd wanted to have, and they were telling us the stories that we wanted to hear, then maybe our lives would be perfect. But things happen because they're meant to happen. Like, I say I chose my mum, and I was supposed to have that experience. Born into some kind of poverty, and born into lack, and born into trauma, and born into all sorts of things. And I chose that. I chose to experience that. And also it means the sort of work I do now is rewarding in many ways. And the reason why it's very rewarding is because I fully understand a lot of what people have gone through in life, because I've been there and done it. It's quite nice to be one of those coaches that is transparent and a little bit vulnerable and a little bit more just open, and not like, I'm so perfect, you have to be coached by me because I have my shit together. Well, none of us really do we? I mean, really? Because if we did, we'd probably be dead. I don't know. We'll never stop learning, and we'll fail, and we'll get up, and then we'll try again. And that's the beauty of life. It's a bit messy sometimes, but we show up. We show up even though there's mess. I'm just looking around at my house at the moment, wallowing in mess. Like, literally just covered in a whole lot of mess. But we're more than that, even. I think I feel grateful. I feel grateful, even though it's not all perfect, and it's not exactly what I want it to be, and what I ideally would want it to be. It's still my life, and it's still my creation, and I can go forward in life knowing that it's my creation, and knowing that I can take it in any direction I want to take it, and I know I can make it mean whatever I want to make it mean, if you know what I mean. So listen to that inner voice. Listen to that. Listen to that. Your inner pilot, your inner being. Your inner being is actually always talking to you and trying to guide you into somewhere else, somewhere safer, somewhere where you'll be more at ease. But sometimes you have to be silent in order to hear that light, and that inner light, that inner being, that existence. That meditation works because of this. I keep saying meditation. Affirmations, all these things that I do, and then I encourage all my wonderful women to do that I coach, because it actually really does work. It's not just some woo stuff that only works for some people. It really, really works, because you are creating your reality with your thoughts and feelings. And what we're understanding now, and even in the science world, is supporting this. It's not just like a whole lot of nonsense that we're throwing out there. It's actually backed by science and in so many ways now, and they're actually understanding that our emotions and our thoughts are controlling our reality. Now, you cannot go back to the beginning of your creation and change anything, and you cannot change anything that has happened to you, and you cannot live with the regret and the shame and the guilt of your mistakes. And if you are, you will never be free. And I want you to know that you deserve to be free. And even when it comes down to forgiveness, you forgive because you need to be free, not because they need forgiveness, because you need to wake up every day and feel like the powerful, badass motherfucker that you are. And you can't do that if you're holding on to guilt, shame, resent, bitterness. It's such a shame. And I don't it saddens me. I'm not going to use the word shame. I think it's sad, and I don't even like using that. I don't know, I just don't I want to bring some good vibes to the place. You know me. It's just that I see it every day. I see depression on people's faces. I know people are anxious. I know people are worried. I know there's a lot of fear-mongering around the place. There's fear-mongering everywhere. You turn on the news, you turn on the radio, you pick up a magazine. I got to look like this. I got to sound like this. Wake up every day and look in the mirror and go, you know what, you're a fucking badass. Gonna slay this day. God damn it. And that old story you keep telling yourself that you're not worthy and that life is hard and life's a struggle and I can't let that go, or no, or why did this happen to me? Oh, woe is me. I promise you, you let that go, everything changes. The sooner you let it go, the quicker things can come into your life that can replace all that pain and all that hurt and all that. Some interesting things have been happening over here in my world. Since I had Ocean, I've been getting lots of signs and symbols from the universe, and I've just been aligning. And someone said to me the other day, Rebecca, you look so happy. You just beam happiness. Like, I don't know if I could meet anyone that looks, I don't think I've met anyone that looks happier than you. Like, you just look like you're oozing happiness. And I'm like, God damn it, I feel it. In fact, I'm so happy, when you can burst. You just want to burst. You're just joy. There's so much of it. It's just beaming and it's infectious. God damn it, it's infectious when you're joyful and you're happy. Other people see that. What do I want that. God, what's she got? How come she got that? Can I have a piece of that? I just say, you know what? Sometimes I'm just waking up every day and I'm just grateful that I'm breathing in and out. And that makes me happy. Find your happy, but better still, create your happy. We forget how powerful we are as creators, and it doesn't have to be fancy. And maybe we just need to stop comparing our lives to other people. I'm all very grateful that people love to follow me and listen to my podcasts and follow me on the Instagram or read my blog posts or whatever. But really, I want you to follow your heart and follow your gut and lean into your own intuition and understand this stuff, because I'm putting this stuff out for you and this is all free. You head over to the Instagram, you listen to my podcast, and I talk about Reiki and chakras and healing, and you can get my free ebook. I'm going to put the link in here so you can get that free ebook, okay? And you can sign up for my weekly newsletters. Of course, you can get on my programs if you want to get on my programs, but I'm going to be here every week sharing with you no matter what. This is free because life is yours. And I want you to know it's yours for the taking. Don't limit yourself. Believe. Dream. You have vision. You have goals. You have gifts. You have talents. You have magic inside of you. And you are a creator. A powerful creator. Let's just remember that. I mean, I'm going to keep telling you this over and over again until you get it. Until you start doing something. I'd love to be able to answer your questions, guys. So, I do some live videos over the Instagram, as you guys know, every now and then. And it's a great opportunity for you to drop me some questions, things that you want me to talk about on the show, things that are bothering you. I'm here to help you to achieve what you need to achieve in life, to be the best being you can be. I'm all for empowering women. I'm all for empowering humans, as well as coaching women. I do have a Reiki clinic, which I'll be opening back up. So for those who follow me and you're in London and you live in London, then I'll be opening back up my clinic late November for appointments. So stay tuned for more information, or you can head over to my Instagram and find out a little bit more information about my Reiki practice. Reiki transformed my life. And this is the reason why I share with you, because it's all about this, my spirit, and me leaning into my spirit and what my spirit tells me. And a lot of the time, I'm channeling a lot of information. I'm channeling things. I'm having these higher states of consciousness. I'm going into my mind. I'm going beyond my mind. I'm hearing things. I'm seeing things. And I'm open to receiving a lot of information as well. That's like not from me. That's like from source. And so, by tuning in and listening and being connected with me, especially over on the Instagram, where I share a lot of stuff behind stories and a lot of stuff on the feed, is going to keep you in alignment. Whether you commit to a program or not, just the fact that you're committed to yourself and wanting to understand more about this information means that you are aligning. If you see synchronicities, do you see 1111? Do you see numbers? Do you animal totems? Do you see things that you never saw before? It's funny because the more you're open to receiving it, and the more you're willing to communicate with your own spirit and spirit guides and whatever source has to offer you, the more you're aligning, the more you start to see it. And it's the vibration, the more you you start feeling good about something, the more you feel good about something, the more you feel good about something, but the more you feel bad about something, the more you feel bad, you attract more bad, and it just gets more worse, and the same, you get that whole story of people saying, oh, well, it's not one thing, it's another, and bad luck comes in threes, and having this attitude towards things that happen to us. If we can look at the contrast as a blessing, then we're more likely to get into the light much quicker and get into alignment. If we understand that this is a struggle and this doesn't feel good and this is hard, okay, so how can I stop making it so hard? Okay, can I stop telling myself it's hard? Can I look at this challenge as a blessing and a gift, or am I going to look at it as something that's wrong and bad and associate that with it? Remember, the ego is like constantly looking to be satisfied in the flesh, whereas the spirit is always at peace. And so when you're aligning with your spirit, you're going to always attract abundance much, much quicker than if you were aligning with your ego and go getting and wanting and more. And it's okay to want more. It's okay to want more, and it's okay to be powerful, but we must align with love when we're seeking these things in life. We must be patient, but not be apathetic and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to be patient because the universe is going to bring me everything I need. No, because the universe is going to work when you work. So you got to be in alignment, and the universe is going to meet you there. Like, you're going to get in the middle of the triangle, and the universe is going to go, I'm meeting you in that middle of that triangle. Mind, body, spirit. I'm going to be there with you doing this. We're doing this together. So you're co-creating with the universe. Always. I want you to be responsible for your own energy, the energy that you bring into your environment, the energy that you take with you when you go into other people's environments. This is important. This is like rule number 1. Okay, because if you can be aware of your own thoughts and feelings and how that has an effect on your environment, but also how it has an effect on other people's environment, it's like a domino effect. You know, I know I'm happy, my babies are happy, both my children are happy. I know if I'm happy, my clients are happy. I know if I'm happy, you know, the shopkeepers are happy because I'm not going in there like giving my bad attitude when I go get my coffee in the morning or whatever. You know, we have to be responsible for our thoughts and feelings. We have to be responsible for the energy we bring into any space. And from that, we are powerful creators because we're taking ownership and we're taking responsibility for our lives, for our health, for every part of it. We're not playing victim. You can't be a victim and a creator. It's not possible. So when we come back to the story, we're going to come back to the story of your creation. You were chosen in many ways, or you chose to come here. So therefore, go create. Appreciate. Life is a gift. Be present. All these things. Be here in the now. You know, I'm staring out my window right now and I'm seeing all the autumn leaves fall, and I'm appreciating there's a change coming. There's changes in seasons, and change is going to come. That's important. Like, you're going to embrace that, and you're going to be grateful for that, because you know that it's inevitable and nothing can stay the same. Are you living in the past? Or are you worrying about your future? Because if you're living in the past, you're depressed. And if you're living in the future, you're anxious. And if you're here and now, it's a beautiful thing. There is no suffering. You know? You have to be aware of your own thoughts and feelings. And from that space, you can create. So get to it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Anyway, what time is it? Oh my God. Is ticking on. And so I'm going to pick up my son from school and just enjoy this amazing day. It's Friday. We're celebrating. Aren't we, Ocean? She says, yeah. And guys, just stay tuned, because there's just more to come. There's more. There's always more to come from me. I'm always going to be sharing with you. I've always got something to say, especially when it comes to helping you guys get in alignment. I'm going to be here for you. Yeah? Don't doubt yourself. Don't play small. You're here to create. And you can do this. Just tell yourself, I'm a badass and I can do this. You know, whatever your goals are, maybe you have health goals, maybe you have goals for your career, maybe you have goals for your house goals. At the moment, I'm redecorating, so I have a lot of house goals going on. But isn't it fabulous? You know, you take something and you make it something new. You take something old, like I love vintage furniture, so right now I'm painting some chairs. But you take something old and you make it new. You take something like you, a being that's been on this planet for a while now. It's not really old, but you take what you already have as a being and you transform it into something new. I love transformation. I've been in transformation work all my life because I'm a creator, and I love to take something and transform it into something else. Someone takes a tree, they chop it down, they make it into furniture. Come on, look, nature and the planet and earth, and there's so much here for us to take, to use, to transform, to transmute. Take that pain and transmute it into power. Energy creates energy. The more you understand yourself as an energy being, the more you can go out into the world and create what you want to create. But you don't understand how powerful you are, then you're not going to be able to create in a way that you should be creating. You could be creating. I won't even say should, but could be creating. Because already you're putting a limit on yourself. So ask yourself these questions. Where am I limiting myself? Where could I dig deeper? Where could I stop? Where am I making excuses in my life right now? Am I doing the whole feeling thing and saying, I don't really feel like it now? Do you ever hear yourself saying, well, timing's not right. It's not great timing. I don't have the time. Do you hear yourself saying those things? Or your apathy? There's no point. Won't work. What's the point? If you got to that place in your life, I get it. I've been there. I transformed my life in a very short period of time, became a completely different being. To the point that most people don't even know me anymore. That did know me. And so what I'm saying is anything is possible once you have enough guts and nerve. J.K. Rowling, that woman is amazing. Because she got turned down by how many publishers before Harry Potter was published? Loads. I don't know. It was 20 or 30 people. Whatever. She wasn't giving up. She had a dream. You have a dream. Some of you have dreams. I know you do. What's the story? What's the story? The old story. What's going on? Dig deep. Dig deep, because there's something inside of you that you need to birth into this world. Very, very spiritual experience when I birthed my daughter. I went deep into some different place, I'm telling you. But it got me into a higher level of consciousness. I'm not going to be the same woman I was before I gave birth to that child. Because it does change you. Going through that experience. Bringing life into the world, it has to change you. It should, and in a good way. Let's catch up again soon, darlings. It's been lovely. I really have enjoyed spending time with you today and sharing with you, and I really love to hear from you if you're listening to the podcasts, and drop me a line and say hey. And let me know if you're on iTunes, then, I'd love for you to share with me and how you're receiving the podcast and what difference they're making to your lives. And write me a review. I appreciate that. I appreciate anything, any love, because, I'm here for you guys. And I really want you to get in tune with who you truly are. Forget about what's out there and forget about what other people are doing. What's your truth? Start living your truth. Not waking up every day and going, this is how I want to live my life. This is who I want to be. This is where I'm happiest. This is the happiest version of me. I love doing this. This is who I am. Be proud of who you are. I love you all. And I'll see you next week. Happy Friday.